Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Maya, and today is going to be a booktube video. So I thought, why not have a fun little day and just reading and looking at books and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. But first things first, I want to review this book I just read last night. Guys, I stayed up very late and I was reading this. It is Kelsey Ballerini's book called Feel Your Way Through. I'm going to quickly sum this up and tell you what I thought. So first things first, I'm obsessed with this cover. Look how pretty it is. I love these colors. I just can't get over how cute it is. So I think this cover is well designed. And then the idea of this book is, first of all, like I said, this is Kelsey Ballerini's book. If you don't know who that is, she's a country singer and she wrote a bunch of poems, right? And that's what this book is filled of. It's filled with poetry about her family, relationships, her body image, self-love, sexuality, and lessons of her youth. I really enjoyed this, and it's probably not everyone's cup of tea because, like I said, this is poetry. So for those of you who are not into poetry, you may not like it as much, but I loved it. And I didn't think I would like it that much, but this was gorgeous. And I feel like she is so musically talented, and not only that, I think she is so lyrically talented, and this book just showcases that. There's so many good poems in here, and I just did not hardly hate any of them. They're all so good, and I loved it. If I had to rate this out of 5 stars, I would break the scale. I would give this a 6 stars because I loved it. But like I said, it may not be a cup of tea, but if you're into poetry, I would suggest reading Feel Your Way Through by Kelsey Ballerini. Now, I'm also in the middle of this audiobook called Ghosted. I will put a picture on the cover so you can see what it looks like. Basically, of what I know right now is about this girl in the sky, and it's just from this girl's point of view, Kennedy, but it goes back and forth. It's also sometimes in the point of view of Jonathan. And basically, they used to know each other, and they used to be in love. But I don't really know everything that happened yet because I'm only a few chapters in. And so the girl, she's this girl, and she works at a grocery store. And the guy is an actor, but at the time, I think he's struggling to find an acting job. And the girl, Kennedy, she has a daughter, and that's the only thing these two people have in common. And I'm not super far into it yet, so I can't really tell you too much yet. But if you want to know more information, just go on Goodreads and search the synopsis of Ghosted, and it'll give you a better idea of it. But I'm really enjoying it so far, and I hope I finish it soon because I'm trying to see how many books I can read before the end of the year. And then I'm also thinking about reading this again. In a little, I don't know when, but at some point. Because yesterday I had borrowed this book and this Kelsey Ballerini book from my friends. I'm done with this, which is good. I honestly thought it would take me longer to read this one, but it didn't. Because it took me 2 sittings. I read a few poems the first time, yesterday on the way to Institute, which is a church thing. And then last night, really late, I finished it in 1 sitting. And then this book I've read before, but I wanted to read it again. This is Let Me Lift the Weights. Really quickly, I will just read the synopsis thing because I don't want to give away too much away, but this is what it's about. So Mackenzie Clark has been best friends with Nolan Walker for as long as she can remember. She shared everything with him, from adventures with their families and days lounging at the beach to long talks about their friends and their journey with type 1 diabetes. The only thing she hasn't shared is the fact that she is in love with him. Now, in their senior year of high school, Mackenzie and Nolan know that in a few short months, everything will change as they head out to different colleges. Determined to make the most of time they still have left, they come up with a list of things they want to do together before graduation. But as they make their way through everything, from toilet papering the school's bully's house to having a backyard camp out like the one they had when they were kids, Mackenzie can't help feeling that she's left off the most important thing on the list, telling Nolan how she feels. But when confessing her love could jeopardize the incredible relationship they already have, is honesty really the best policy? And I love this book, so like I said, I have read it before. The only thing about not wanting to read this book is it's not a fast-paced book is the only problem. I really need a fast-paced book right now. I'm thinking about reading this either in a couple of days or later because I need to find a fast-paced book that I can get through first, because there's no way I'm going to keep getting in the reading mood if I read a slow-paced book. Because don't get me wrong, this is an amazing book, but it just needs to be a little fast-paced if it could. But anyway, so yeah, I think what I'm going to do is either go to Goodwill or Walmart or Ollie's first or maybe the library. I don't know yet, but I'm thinking about going to all of those places just to look at books, because I don't have like a cute little bookstore here, but maybe we'll get one someday. But as of right now, I think we're gonna go to the library or whatever and go look for a book to read. So yeah. Okay guys, so I just got my drinks from Starbucks. Look how aesthetic this looks. I love Starbucks drinks. They're so cute, delicious, and oh my gosh, so aesthetic. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a venti pink drink with peach juice, 2 pumps of vanilla, and there is a splash of coconut milk in here. It is literally amazing. And now I'm off to the library. Okay, so I just got out of the library and I picked up 3 books. So I got 2 little books from the same type of like series by the same author. So the first one is called Her Colorado Cowboy and A Firefighter's Promise. Basically, from what I get from it is, so far from reading like the synopsis, this one is about this girl who is scared of horses, and yet even though she has this big fear of horses, she's going to take her children riding, which I think seems very interesting. And then I'm sure it has to do with a love story as well. And also, not only that, but I was looking at these books, right? There were so many small books like this that were like rodeo or like cowboy vibes, and I don't know, I was into it, so I thought I wanted to read one, so that's why I got that one. And this one's called A Firefighter's Promise. And what I got from this synopsis is basically there's this woman, and she married a fireman, but I think he must have passed away or something. Anyway, so but then she starts to fall in love with another firefighter after she told herself she wasn't going to fall in love with another one, which looks very interesting. And those were the last 2 books I picked out. The first book I had picked out in the library was this one. It's called Symptoms of a Heartbreak, and what I gathered from this is basically there's this girl, and she treats with children. She works at this place, and she treats children and cancer, and then she falls for a patient, which seems very interesting. So I think I'm gonna read these later, but now I think I'm gonna go to Walmart and look in their book section just for fun. Anyways, I'll see you guys at Walmart. Okay guys, we have a problem. I'm in the book section at Walmart and I cannot decide what book to get because I've heard of a lot of these books and they all look really cool and I don't know which one to pick. It's stressful. I'm debating whether or not to get this or not because I have Maybe Someday, which comes right before this, so if I get it, it's like a back-to-back book I could read. But then there's this one. It's really cute. I love the cover. It's really cute and I've heard of it and I think it's really good. So I can't decide what to get. So I'm gonna keep looking and I will update you guys if I pick a book. Okay guys, so I got 2 books inside of Walmart. So first things first, I already knew I was going to get this first book I'm going to show you because I just finished it and I really wanted my own copy. So I got my own copy of I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I love this book. I rated it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's really good. I enjoyed it. It talks about her life. And basically, without spoiling it too much, it talks about her
childhood and as she grows up. It talks about her whole acting career and how she didn't want to be an actress. Her mom kind of forced her into it. Her mom made her do a lot of things she didn't want to do, and she always wanted to make her mom happy, and she would never speak up and tell her mom that. So she just kind of went along with everything her mom said. And then also her mom made her go on this calorie restriction diet. And there was a lot of talking about that diet and about how she would just purge. Like a lot of this book is talking about how much she would just like eat food and then throw it up. It was kind of gross, but it was really good. And not only that, I will say this is not for everyone, because one thing to be known that y'all should know is she overshares a good bit of stuff. There is some stuff about like her sexual relationship with boys, which is a little much. But other than that, I really love this book. It was very entertaining, and I did not get bored of this book at all. It took me maybe 3 or 4 sittings to finish this because it's kind of big. But for the first time, I started off listening to this audiobook, and I listened to the first 30 chapters. But then I went to the library and I found the physical copy, and I finished it like in a couple of sittings maybe. But now I have the physical copy, so I can read as much as I want. I really love this book. It was only like $20 in Walmart. So because it was $20, I told myself after this book, I can only get one other book if I really want it. And the other book I bought is a book I have heard of. It is called Better Than the Movies. I have not read this yet. I listened to one chapter a while back and I don't remember much. All I know is about this girl and this guy, and they haven't seen each other. I think they haven't seen each other in a while. So it's flash forward to 10 years. And I don't really know all about it. All I know is this is a fake dating trope, and I love fake dating tropes. So I'm very excited to read this. So those are the books I bought, but I do have to say, I walk right into the book section at Walmart, and I see so many good books. Like, I've heard of a lot of them. Like, I saw so many Colleen Hoover books and so many books I've heard of off of BookTube and TikTok. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to get all of these. But obviously I couldn't. That was one of the most stressful things ever. Like, one of my most difficult decisions was what books to buy in there, because they were all so good. But I think I did a good job picking out my books, because like I said, I'm glad my mom died. Yes, I already read, but now I have the physical copy because I love this book, and I got Better Than the Movies. So now I am no longer buying any more books. I have to say that, because I already have 3 books here, and I have a book at home that I showed you guys earlier that my friend let me borrow, and I just bought 2 books. I am gonna go look at Goodwill and Ollie's just for fun at the books. I'm not bringing my purse in. That way I don't buy anything. But I will see you guys when I get to Goodwill or Ollie's. Okay, so I got out of Ollie's and Goodwill. I also grabbed some lunch. I remembered that I have an Arby's gift card, so I got some food. So I'll show you what I got, which is pretty much what I always get. So obviously I got Arby's sauce because that's my favorite kind of sauce. And then I got the jalapeno poppers. I love jalapeno poppers. They are so good, y'all. And then I also got, oh crap, guys, I'm dropping the jalapeno poppers. I'm making a mess. Ugh. I don't know where to put this. I'm trying to be careful. This is the problem, guys. I make messes. I make big messes. And then I got 2 Arby's roast beef sliders. Here, I will show you what it actually looks like in case you've never like seen it or whatever. They're just little sliders though. So they look like, it's like stuck to the paper. It's delicious, guys. So I'm gonna put my Arby's sauce on it and then I eat. So I'm still not doing my Starbucks drink yet. I've been trying to savor it. And so I'm gonna finish that first, and then I'm gonna drink my Sprite I got from Arby's. I'm gonna go ahead and put my straw in my Arby's drink though. Anyway, so I'm about to eat lunch, and I think I'm gonna probably watch some YouTube. Because I've been like in the book mood, I think I'm probably gonna watch some kind of BookTube video. But I'm gonna watch some YouTube. I might call my boyfriend, because I've called him a couple times today, but not like a lot. Anyway, oh, news update. My boyfriend is coming next week, so like in less than a week, he's gonna be here. I'm so excited he's gonna be here next Wednesday. We're gonna go to trunk or treat together, which is my church's like Halloween thing, and we're gonna hang out. We're gonna see the Taylor Swift movie next Friday. I'm very excited. We're gonna do a lot of fun stuff, so get ready and be in tune for that, because I will be filming for that one too. I don't know how many dates I'm actually gonna film with him, but if he's okay with it, I'll probably film every time he ever comes here, just because I feel like it's good content and it's fun. It was fun to make the first video, and I'm sure it'll be fun to make the next one too. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. So I just got to the gas station, as you can tell. I'm about to fill up my car with gas, and then I'm gonna head home. So I'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay guys, so I just got home and I'm in my room and I'm going to show off my books one more time. So these are the books I got. I'm going to start with the books I got from the library because that's where I went first. So I got Her Colorado Cowboy. And I got A Firefighter's Promise from the same book series. And then I got Symptoms of a Heartbreak. And then from Walmart, I bought 2 books. I got Better Than the Movies. And I got my own copy of I'm Glad My Mom Died. I'm so excited to read all of these. This one I'm obviously going to put to hold. I think I'm probably going to wait until sometime next year to read this because I literally just finished this book like a week or 2 ago. So I don't want to read it again just yet. But I have it so I can reread it whenever I feel like it because I really love this book. It's like, I don't know if I would say it's one of my favorite books. It's really good though. I'm debating on whether I want to call it my favorite book right now. It might be. I'll have to wait and see. I feel like I need to read a few more books before I decide that. And then, like I said, Better Than the Movies. So those are the books I got. And now I'm going to debate what I want to read first. I think I'm going to try. I don't know what I'm going to read yet. But I'm going to try to pick a book, start reading it. And I'm going to switch back and forth from that and my ghosted audiobook. Because I really want to get through with that audiobook soon too. I know I just started it, but I need to finish it. So I think I'm going to start with one of these. Because they're smaller. I feel like it won't take as long. I think I'm going to start with this one, Her Colorado Cowboy. So I'm going to start reading this, and yeah.
So it is the next day, and really quick update. So yesterday morning, throughout my span of filming and going to the library and going to get books and stuff, I don't know, for some reason my eye was being really weird yesterday. It was hurting a lot and itching, and it was very red. I don't know if it looks that way still. It may still look a little bad, but it doesn't look as bad as it did yesterday. And so I was texting my mom last night. She said it could be pink eye, but I don't think it is now, because it feels a lot better now. But it was hurting a lot, so I really didn't read anything. I read one chapter of this book yesterday, or actually, wait, yeah, I read 1 chapter, and so I did not read anything else after that, because my eye was hurting, and I was trying to rest it, but now that I feel better, I think I'm going to try to read some more. So like I said, I read 1 chapter of Her Colorado Cowboy, and so far, all I know is that the lady, Lily Davis, she took her children to this ranch so they could ride horses. And obviously, she has this fear of them. And so she's trying to figure out what to do because she doesn't want her children to think there's something wrong when there obviously is. Other than that, there's not too much more about this yet. I will update you guys when I read more. And I will tell you guys how I think about it later. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So I just finished chapter 2, and I'm actually enjoying this so far. It's pretty good. It's not too boring. I actually am entertained pretty good with this book. So basically so far, in the first chapter, like I said, she has this fear of horses, and she takes her children riding. And in the span of the first chapter, during this ride, she has 2 children, Piper and Colton. And Colton is the older son, and he ends up stealing the cowboy's horseshoe or something, or one of the horseshoes, and instead of just asking politely if he could take the horseshoe. And because of that, Colton was kind of, well, not Colton, I meant Noah, which is the cowboy, was kind of aggravated about that. But then him and Lily made an agreement that Colton would muck up the stalls or whatever in exchange for free riding lessons. So that's what's going on so far, and it's pretty good. And then also, Colton, I mean, it doesn't show a whole lot so far, but I can already tell that Colton already has feelings for Lily because, first of all, ain't no way he would just give her free riding lessons if he didn't like her. And 2, it talks about this book from the 3rd perspective. So when it talks about Colton, it'll talk about how he wants to know what she's talking about with his dad, because his dad comes to sit down during these lessons beside Lily, and she's talking to Noah's dad, and he's like, what are they talking about? He wants to know everything. And yes, he may be nosy, but honestly, that's just my thoughts on this. I feel like he already is interested in her, but I'll have to wait a little bit more to see. So I'm probably going to read some more in a little bit, but first I'm probably going to straighten up my room a little bit, and then I will get back to reading. Okay guys, so I just read chapter 3 of this book, and it's really interesting. The only thing I don't like about it is the chapters are kind of long, but
hopefully after I like do a little bit more schoolwork and like clean up around here, then I'll have more time to just like sit around and try to read as much of this as I can. But it is pretty good so far, you know. So far, from after what I told y'all earlier, what I had told y'all earlier was that she was trying to get her own, she was getting her children to ride horses, even though she had a fear of them. And after her son stole the horseshoe, they made that deal I told you about earlier. And so now that I'm on chapter 3, Lily, the mom, found out that, by looking online and searching up the cowboy Noah's name on Google or whatever, a bunch of articles popped up, and she found out that that Noah had a child at one point, and the child passed away, and she couldn't begin to imagine how hard that could have been, because she has children as well. And she starts to like have feelings for him, whether she realizes it or not. I can already tell that they both have somewhat of an interest in each other. And so she decides, you know what, she needs something to do rather than just hover over her children while they're taking their riding lessons. So she agrees to help him out with his little situation. You know, I was just reading it. I feel like I need to sum this up better. But basically, sorry, I was trying to like look at the last part I read so I could like explain it better, because sometimes I struggle at explaining stuff. But basically, sorry. Yeah, okay, right here. Yeah. She wanted to help him promote his rodeo school and get ready for the grand opening. And so, because of that, I'm just like, yeah, she definitely likes him. Because with her fear of horses, ain't no way she'd do that unless she likes him. But it's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. And I don't know, it kind of does give me fall vibes, which is really cool. Like, not that it's set in fall. I don't really know for sure. I don't think it said too much about if it was set in, like, what season or whatever. But it seems like a nice little cool fall type book. I enjoy it a lot so far. And I'll update you guys on more if I read some more. But I'm probably about to go eat lunch and stuff. But I will read this some more later. So I've been reading more. I just got to page like 81. I read the first 80 pages and it's really good, like really entertaining. I don't want to put it down, but like also, like I do, but I don't. Like, it's entertaining. I just wish the chapters were a little shorter, but it is really entertaining. I love this book, and honestly, I feel like, I don't know if this is or not, I feel like it reminds me of some movie, or maybe a movie similar to this book, but I don't know. I wonder if there is a movie like this. There probably is, but I'm not sure. But anyway, so basically, I just finished chapter, like, what, 6, 7? Hold on. I just finished chapter 6. So I read the first 6 chapters. So to sum up from where I left off, she's still trying to get used to horses because she was going to help him, like, set up his whole rodeo school thing. And she's constantly meeting with Noah every day to talk about it and, like, get questions and, like, figure stuff out for that. And so that him and Lily made an agreement that if he would help her with getting over her fear of horses, then she would help him get over this interview he has to do. And so that's kind of most of it, the gist. And so they go through that, and then one day, she comes up to Noah and she asks if he wants to go have lunch, and he says sure. So they both go to lunch along with her children, Piper and Colton. She sprains her ankle, and now she can barely walk, and he's being very nice and friendly with her, because obviously he cares about her, but he also likes her. But she, being very naive, like the character is in most shows or books or movies, she has no clue. It has to do with the fact that he likes her. She just thinks it's because he was raised to be a gentleman, and that's the only reason. But I really like this book. The only thing about it is I just feel like it's a cliche with that part I was talking about, where she's just very naive about it. Like, I hate watching shows and movies where they're just so naive that the guy's into them. Like, it's so obvious. Like, anyway. But yeah, so it's pretty good. I'm probably going to read some more. And then after a little while, I'm probably going to take a break, because I actually never did clean my room. After I said I was going to clean my room, I was mostly just working on schoolwork. So I need to, like, make up my bed, straighten up in here. That way it doesn't look as bad. But anyway, I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys, so I finally finished Her Colorado Cowboy, and I absolutely love this. It was a little bit of a cliche, but I am one for cliches and romances, and especially like, well, I mean, I haven't read these type of books before, but I just knew I would like this kind of like cowboy vibe. So especially that type of stuff too, cowboy romance, you know, like about this cowboy on a ranch and stuff. So basically, to sum up, this was about this girl who had a fear of horses, and she'd agreed to take her children riding. And so the cowboy Noah agrees to help her get over her fear, as long as she helps him learn how with this interview type thing, because he's like this famous cowboy and these people have questions for him, and so she's gonna help him because he doesn't know what to say, and so she's gonna help him out. So as the story goes on, he gives her children riding lessons, and she gives her, well, it starts out with him just giving her son riding lessons because Colton really wanted to. And so he starts giving riding lessons, and because his son stole a horseshoe from this cowboy, she decides to make this agreement with Noah that he can get free riding lessons if Colton will, like, clean up the stables or something along the lines of that. And so they agree to do that. And then as the story goes on, there's obviously this whole like love romance type thing. But really and truly, I did love this book. And obviously the romance was one of my favorite parts. But that wasn't all I liked. I liked the whole plot of it, really, not just the romance part. And the romance part didn't even start towards like almost the very end. Like it didn't get that juicy up until like chapter 17, 18, which are the last two chapters. But it was still really good. And so throughout the story, she learns, she's always around horses, obviously, because she goes on his ranch. She learns to loosen up a bit, and by the end of the book, she's not really scared of horses anymore, which is a really cool story. When I first saw the cover, it looked really cool. I wanted to read it because of the whole cowboy vibe, but then when I read the synopsis, I was like, that sounds really good. I have to read it, and I absolutely loved it. I rated it a 5 out of 5 stars. I also put a review on Goodreads if you want to check it out under my Goodreads. I will put my Goodreads in the description down below along with my social medias. But anyway, that was my thoughts on the book. I loved it. Like I said, I gave it 5 stars because it's probably one of my new favorite books now. And I just really loved it. It was a good, nice, heartwarming, friendly little story. And yeah, so if you ever want to check it out, that is what it's called, Her Colorado Cowboy. I am eventually going to read these books I was showing you that I got yesterday. Obviously, A Firefighter's Promise and Symptoms of a Heartbreak. But at the moment, I just don't really want to read them right now. Mostly, I just don't want to read this one right now just because I did like this book. And I know I'm going to like this one probably because it probably has similar vibes to this one. It actually, and I didn't realize this until probably an hour or so ago, but these are actually not by the same author. It's the same, like, series, love-inspired, as you can tell. But they're 2 different authors. Mindy Obenhaus wrote this one that I just read, and Patricia Johns wrote this one. So that's very interesting to know. But yeah, so that's that. And then I'll read this one too eventually. But right now, I decided to start an audiobook. I started an audiobook called, I just had it in my head and I lost it. It's a Casey West book. I'll put the cover on the screen because I cannot remember the name of it. But anyway, so I started that. I listened to the first chapter. I think I'm going to listen to a little bit more. And I'm going to try to read some more tonight. But that was pretty much my whole book vlog. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash that like button. Comment down below if you were interested in this video, if you like this kind of content. If you do, please let me know. Show it some love. Please share it with your friends. I'd love to get more likes and views, obviously. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe if you want to. And don't forget to add me on all my socials, which will be linked down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.